Hey Jim, it's Jason here with Swift Apps, and as promised, I wanted to get over this kind of short video to introduce you and your team to your new kind of dashboard now for the mobile app. As you'll notice here, this is the main dashboard login screen. A lot has changed. We're much more focused now on analytics and proven value with your mobile app, so you're going to notice that first and foremost here. The first thing you're going to see here on the dashboard is just giving you some analytical views of kind of what's going on in terms of app sessions. So in other words, who's logged in from a customer standpoint, iOS versus Android. So obviously you have a lot more iPhone users. Like for instance, you had 126 people log in on the 13th. Another 92 on the 14th. So you're getting a lot of usage from the app, which is really good to see. This kind of just gives you a quick bird's eye view of what's in there. So quick synopsis of some of your activity. For instance, looks like you sent a push notification out on, Friday, which is good to see. And then again, there's some additional analytics that you can kind of view here. So definitely hop into some of the statistics here when you first log in to get a feel for what's going on. Now, this is kind of where you're going to go to manage all aspects of the app, from managing the existing app, growing it. We have some built-in promotional tools that you can take advantage of. And then there's some settings that you're able to do as well. If you ever need to change any of your login details, you'll go up here to the drop down under account. And then this is where if you need to change the password, email address, phone number, obviously you're going to change it from the Sweat Glenrock that I had to reset it to for purposes of doing this video. But then you'll be able to easily get in here and change that there when you need to update your password right here. So the create button is actually going to take you to all aspects of the app. So when we go over here to design, this is going to bring up all the design aspects of the mobile app. Now, Jim, again, as I mentioned, if you need anything screenshot wise, send it over to us. We'll take care of it for you. This will always give you a quick app preview. So whenever you're making any changes here, you can kind of see things visually. So again, we do give you the ability to basically manage everything from color scheme down to some additional branding, adding additional buttons. You're able to do some of those things right here. We've got this pretty much set up for you, so there shouldn't be much of a reason to change any of this, but feel free to kind of play around with this. Go into the navigation if you want, change some of the things with the navigation, your overall global styling. If some things need to change, we give you full control, even down to the font type. You're able to change some of that as well. And then going down here to additional options, there's some additional things you can do as well. The build option here is going to take you into most of the aspects of the actual app in terms of building it. So these are all of your features. So one of the things I know we talked about last week was how to change the instructor area. If you need to add another instructor or delete another instructor, this is where you'll go under the build here. So the first thing that we're seeing here is the first option, build a bike. This is actually taking them to your system using for registration, and this is the name of that tab. So if you ever need to change that, you can. We've already set this up with the web view, so that shouldn't need to change here. But like for instance, I go down here to like the fan wall, your cycling log, reactions, where they can actually record the voice memo and send those to you. So basically all of your functionality is here. Now, I go to Rockstars. This is where your instructors are. So this is where I know you wanted to know how to change this. So when I go here to Rockstars, this will pull up all of the existing instructors at Sweat Glenrock one by one. So Gianni, Michelle, Sarah. So let's just say Mike's no longer part. Or let's just say he's taking a hiatus. He's not actually leaving, but maybe he's going to be gone for a few months. Instead of deleting him entirely, which you would actually go here to the edit option, you can hide him. So just simply toggle this button over, and now he's hidden. You would slide over, click save. Now he's actually just hidden from the app. That way, if he needs to come back, just as simple as sliding that back over and going save here. Now, let's just say if Mike is absolutely no longer part of Sweat Glenrock, you want to erase him completely from the app, you would just choose this little button here. You'll see the little trash icon becomes red. You'd click that, and that would delete Mike from the app. Same principle holds true if you need to add a new instructor. So I would go here under add item. Now, I'm all about consistency. So what I recommend doing is copying and pasting one of these instructors here, just so you can kind of have the same flow. So like for Gianna, I would go under here. I would copy all of this here. I would just make sure everything looks the same here. And you can do that very easily by going under here. This is the code view. So we'll do this real quick. So now this takes all the HTML. We'll copy. Now I cancel this. Now I want to add a new instructor, let's just say. So I'm going to go add item. And we're going to call this, if you remember here, let's go back to Gianna. This section title was called Rock Stars and Staff, and then the name. So I'm going to do the same thing with the new item that I add. So I'm going to go Rock Stars Staff, and we're just going to call this Test Person. Now, I'm going to go back over here to the editing section here. You're going to tap on the little button that says Code View. Remember where I copied and pasted that code from Gianna? So now I'm just going to go paste. Now I'm going to click this back because I want to get it back to the visual view. So then now here this is. So I'm just going to erase this text, and I'm going to put the text here for the test person here. And if you want to, you can easily highlight that. Maybe you want to go ahead and make the color of that text white so it stands out a little bit more. So I'm actually going to go over here to global colors. So I want to go white. And now I made that text white. Oh, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and go add. And now, just like that, I've added test person who automatically comes at the bottom. Now say I want to add a photo for that person. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here, add thumbnail right here. This will browse to wherever if you already have it in your library to use again, you can. Or you can simply just upload the new photo here and then save that. And then what will happen is the photo will appear here, just like all the other staff. So pretty easy to do. Let me go ahead and delete this again. So I'm going to click here. Trash can becomes red. I click here, confirm, and now I've deleted that. So pretty easy. Again, if you don't want to delete the person entirely, just hide them. If you want to delete the person entirely, click here and click the red box, and they are actually deleted from the app. So, and again, this is all of the content inside your app. So feel free to go section by section. So let's go. I don't want to save that. Let's go to the About Us, for instance. So here's the name, About Us. Here's the content area down here. If you ever need to add anything, delete anything, change anything, you easily can here. Same thing for FAQ. I can easily go inside here. Looks like you guys made some changes here on this one, but you can easily go inside here and change that. Looks like the logo's different here. So new customer sign up, that's taking them to the website to sign up. So that's automatically configured and up and going. So again, feel free to kind of go section by section, play with some of these, move some things around. Maybe you want to move the order of these. You can drag and drop. You have full control over that. Now, there's some managed stuff here. This is where you're going to go to send your push notifications. So slightly different from what you guys are used to. So when you're ready to send a push note, you'll actually go here under Manage, Push Notifications, and then down here, now slightly different interface, but much more powerful. So this will first show you a list of all the messages that you've sent, like for instance, the one you sent out on the 13th, our 2-day Beat birthday sale. So that's kind of cool. You can kind of see all these at a quick glance view now. You can filter these by all app types. You may be able to filter these by just iOS messages. So this is where you'll go to do that. Now, when you're ready to set a new push notification, you'll go here to Compose. I think this is much easier than the old system, and we've heard that. So message title, this is called test message. Description, this would be the actual push notification you're sending out. So join us Monday for free bike rides. Obviously, you probably would never do anything like that, but down here, you're going to select your target audience. Most likely, I want this to go out to everyone, so I'm going to choose iOS people and Android users. Don't worry about web app because we're not using that. So you're going to, mostly by default, collect these two here. If you want to add location filters here, you can. If you want to target people based on a specific area, you're able to do that. Most of the time, you're going to leave this untoggled. If you want to link to a website in this push notification, you can. If you want to link to an offer, you can as well. So you have some control here. If you want to connect these to your Facebook and Twitter, so this same notification post on here, you can. And then you have the option to go send right now or schedule a message. And it looks like I'm approaching my recording time. So I'm going to do another quick video here so I don't get cut off.